Our first story is The Conclusion. Ahem. Consider those individuals you believe to be the most intelligent people to ever have lived. Socrates, Einstein, Hawking, whomever.
You got it incorrect, man. It's Socrates.
I'm pretty sure it's Socrates.
No, it's Socrates. Have you not seen the 80s movies from 1983?
No. They have existed and continue to exist. People of far greater intellect than those figures whom we idolize as the most capable minds. Individuals capable of fathoming answers to the most complex philosophical problems who, given the chance, could solve all issues of importance to humankind easily.
Do you speak English?
No. This is what the thing says. Of course, you may wonder why you have never heard of such a person, why they haven't received accolades and exposure for such abilities. The answer is this: they all perish at a young age before there is any chance for them to be recognized and established as the possessors of such intellect. What fate, you might ask, befalls these prodigious people who have the strength of mind to contemplate the meaning of life itself? It is the same answer for every one of them.
What?
They committed suicide. It's just anticlimactic.
Who wrote that? Like, that's like the worst creepypasta.
Here's the next one. It's a little more spicy. I must type this sentence. I must type this sentence to keep the monsters away. I don't know why this works, but it does.
What?
The faster I type, the further away they are.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sometimes I might be able to type fast enough to make them go away. Yet, if I stop for only a moment, they will return. I must type this sentence to keep the monsters away. If I knew why they targeted me, it would at least let me know what my fate would be when I tire. Stop walking around. Will I be eaten? Am I to be tormented? Will they simply kill me? Just knowing what was to come next would be enough. I must type this sentence to keep the monsters away. I can see them. They wait in the hallway. Their large, bestial bodies hunched over as they are ready to pounce. Yet their faces, Christ, their faces have a placid calm.
Their faces, Christ.
I must type this sentence to keep the monsters away. For some reason, my eyes can't focus directly on them. I almost mistook the first one for a smudge on my glasses. But smudges don't move, and smudges don't have fangs. I must type this sentence in order to keep the monsters away. Can anyone else see them? You will know it if you have. Part of me hopes I am not the only one who can see them. At least then I would not be alone. I must type this sentence to keep the monsters away. Oh god, it's been almost a week. The cramp in my left hand stopped over a day ago. I just can't feel anymore considering the blood on my keyboard nubs is... I must type this sentence to keep the monsters away. If you see them, start typing as soon as possible. It doesn't matter... Oh dang, I exited out. It doesn't matter what device you use, just type these words. Or maybe don't, because if you do, you will become a prisoner like myself. I must type this sentence to keep the monsters away.
That was bad.
That was pretty bad. That was like 3 out of 10. Grave Lake. You gotta provide me with some riveting commentary, or else nobody will subscribe.
I can't.
To the
You
channel.
didn't send me crap. How am I supposed to sit?
Now that's creepy, boss.
What was that?
I gotta start typing. You hear my typing? Where was I? Grave Lake.
Grave Lake.
I'm just gonna say it like a million times.
This time on Grave Lake.
Next week on Grave Lake, I am here to share my story. My story about Grave...
Oh my god.
Grave Lake. It serves as a warning to never, ever go searching for Grave Lake. I live in Anmore, West Virginia. Yes, it is a real place. Look it up if you don't believe me.
I'll look it up.
I have a few friends, mainly because the population is no more than 800 people. And one night, me and my 2 best friends, Jason and Thomas, set up a campfire in my backyard. It is a real place?
No, it's not.
It was dark, and the only thing stopping the mosquitoes from eating us alive was the crackling fire. Jason finally stopped eating s'mores and said, Guys, I have a great idea. Let's tell scary stories. Thomas chimed in, Wow, Jason, so original. Thomas rolled his eyes. Jason ignored him and began to tell a story. He got a very serious look on his face and started talking in a deep voice. One day, there was a young boy who lived right here in Oh, I can't do that. Lived right here in Anmore. A real place. Look it up if you don't believe me. He was a curious little child, and one day he decided to go explore the woods. He eventually came across a lake.
Grave
He was
Lake.
tired. Oh yeah, Grave Lake. He was tired from walking and decided to take a dip. As he swam, he scraped his foot across something. He looked down and saw a gravestone. Not one, but hundreds of gravestones. The boy went missing, never to be seen again. The lake was called Grave Lake. Thomas started laughing. Yeah, that was so dumb. It was so dumb, I'll go look for Grave Lake right now. Come on, guys, let's go.
Plot twist.
Neither of us objected, so I put out the fire and we hiked off into the woods. About 5 minutes of hiking, Thomas wouldn't stop saying how much of a stupid story that was. Jason didn't really seem to care. In the middle of one of his sentences, Thomas stopped. There was a look of confusion and terror in his face. Thomas, what's wrong? He didn't say anything. He just pointed forward. About 50 yards ahead, there was a lake. Jason's eyes widened. Holy crackers, my granddad told me that story, but I just assumed he was trying to scare me. There aren't any lakes in the area, so either this was Grave Lake from Jason's story or was an undocumented lake. Boring. Thomas was in a state of confusion. He wouldn't talk. What? He would just shake his head occasionally as we proceeded to the lakefront. We noticed that a low fog rolled over the lake, and it seemed to give off a strange, dim, purple glow.
Of course.
The lakefront was tiny, and we could walk from one end to the other in about 45 seconds. That's called running. I was inspecting the area, and I noticed a small wooden rowboat on the other side of the lakefront. Thomas pleaded, "No! Please, no!" But me and Jason wanted to go anyway. We dragged Thomas along with us, and we got in, and I used the oar to push us into the lake. Me and Jason's were the one who rowed. Thomas sat in the back, just shivering. We were 10 feet from shore, and the boat turned to the left. Jason said, "Sorry, my oar got stuck on something." All of a sudden, the ground started to quake. The water became clear like the waters in the Bahamas, but had a purple tint. I saw what Jason's oar was stuck on. It was a gravestone. There were hundreds, no, thousands of sunken gravestones. They were covered with algae and weeds. I started to feel a fast tapping on the bottom of the boat, and me and Jason looked at each other, terrified. All of a sudden, the boat flipped over and I just swam to shore, scared out of my mind. I looked back and I saw what tipped the boat. Hundreds of algae-covered, rotten arms were clawing at Thomas, Jason, and the boat, and quickly pulled them under. I ran and I ran. I ran home and started to write this. I don't think I'll ever be going back into the woods ever again. Why not? Well, you're a good friend. You left your friends in the lake to get clawed on by a bunch of dead arms.
Friends there just to get killed by zombies.
Like just floating arms, catfight, just like slashing at them.
I'm gonna get you. Well, he didn't see the rest of the bodies, so it would probably just be a bunch of random arms floating in the water.
Okay, that one was pretty funny, but the other ones were terrible. So I'm gonna look for another one real quick. Okay, this sounds terrible. It's called Grinning. This morning I stepped out of the shower and the bathroom was fine. White walls, white tiles, sink and counter with toothpaste crusted all over. 3 out of the 4 light bulbs over the mirror were still good. 100 watt, clear bulb, blinding bright.
100 watt. What?
Why is he telling us about how many watts are in his light bulbs?
He probably ran out of material to use.
I passed the mirror and noticed I was grinning. I didn't even know I was grinning. I'm in the bathroom tonight before bed and there's something wrong with the lights. All 3 are on again, but they glow kind of brown and don't really light up the rest of the room. I should get more bulbs from the kitchen. I should, but I'm busy. You'd think that I would wipe off the stupid grin from this morning, but I came back in the bathroom and in the mirror, my face was still doing it. If I touch my face, it doesn't feel like a grin, but there it is in the mirror. In the brown light, it's hard to make out, but have you ever actually counted how many teeth show when you smile? I lean in close. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't know my mouth was so white. 9, 10, 11. I can't do mutton chops after all. The corners of my lips are out to my ears. Still doesn't feel like a grin, but I keep counting for curiosity. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 726, 727, 777, 700.
That sucked.
I want one more, because that was terrible. This one's called Evil in the Suburbs.
What?
I'm being spooked right now at this very moment just from the title. It's becoming a rare gem to know your neighbors in the suburbs. Something tells me there may be evil in the suburbs, but you pay your property taxes and try not to think about it. Woo! That's the scariest part of the story.
Be sure to lick Kuman and subscribe. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Electric Boogaloo.
Next time on Gravedigger.
YouTube advertiser friendly.